Hello, my beautiful creatures. How are you guys doing today? It is your host, Ashante Augustine, and this is But Like That's on My Mind. I am very excited because it is officially 2024. I'm not even gonna lie. It's weird. It's weird because it's always weird when you start into a new year because I feel like we're just so used to how the past year was. Like now, because I journal, and so I always write the date at the top of my journal before every log. And I keep having a problem. I keep writing 2023, which is like something I haven't really experienced since I was in like high school, because like I'm in college now and I never put the date on anything. I have no reason to. I probably should actually, but I don't. I'm a film major, so we don't write essays and stuff like that. So I have never needed any reason to put the date down besides when I'm journaling. And so just even remembering that we're in a different year is something that's weird for me. But I always, at the beginning of the year, it's always that, say, the new year, new me type of thing, which I used to like believe in so heavily. Like, it's a new year, new me. I would have like all these lists of goals. I wanted to like eat more meals a day, have a better diet, drink like 3 bottles of water a day. I think I put up 2 fingers when I did that, but drink 3 bottles of water a day and work out 4 times a week and yada yada yada. And I had like these whole lists, and it was so important to me that I like was completing this list and hitting all these goals, knowing that I struggle with eating more than a meal a day. I don't like working out, and I only did it for lacrosse, and that's because I was literally forced to whenever I did practice or just anything like that. And that I'm a vegetarian who's picky about everything. So my diet is very much limited. There's not much stuff that I'm going to even eat. And so this year, I've had, goals for myself. And they were more like, things that I wanted to accomplish in terms of, one, my goal is to graduate, which is going to happen. So that's like an accomplishment. My financial goal is just to up my credit score. As I got older, my goals became more adult and became more serious. In terms of certain things that I want to do with my podcast, starting my Patreon, which drops next week on the 24th. Make sure you guys check it out. But officially starting my Patreon and officially moving my podcast onto YouTube and just doing different things, Those are what my goals kind of became, and I didn't make like a whole bunch. I made enough where I can genuinely focus on them, and give myself room to accomplish them. Another one was, start learning French a lot more consistently, but that's something I'm not starting until June, even though I've been learning French for like over a year now, but doing it in a way where I can genuinely put in the time and the effort and not be trying to focus between school and work and film and my side stuff, and genuinely be able to, like, once I graduate, I'm going to have to take out half of that equation and I can genuinely focus on accomplishing that one goal. And so when it comes to like the whole new year, new me thing, as I've gotten older, I've realized that it's complete and utter BS. It's bullshit. It doesn't work for anyone. And that's like, I love the Phineas and Ferb episode where Dr. Doofenshmirtz wants to take over the whole tri-state area. And so he had to build this like invention that controls people's New Year's goal, which is to make him like the all-time leader. But like after 5 minutes, the goal completely disappears, and like he loses control over them because no one keeps their New Year's goals anyway. And it's weird because I wish that I could just snap my fingers and make my goals happen, and I can make myself be able to complete them and yada yada yada. But it's like, it's not realistic. And I think it makes me feel a bit better that I'm not the only one like this. Like the whole world is like this. Like if you're that one teeny tiny percent that can make those New Year goals and accomplish them, I love you. So like which is why I made mine fairly broad. Within the sentences, I made like, I want to make find like 2 more streams of income. Like I didn't give anything specifics because I'm like, I can't make a plan. I'm not someone who's good at sticking with a plan. I'm not someone who's good at executing a plan, which is something we're going to talk about a little bit later. And so I was like, it might be easier for me to give myself more of a wider scope so that I'm able to maybe even accomplish more. I get stuck sometimes when I will limit myself because I'm trying to be more precise or make sure I get something done a specific way, but then I'll limit myself creatively or just being able to functionally do it. And I have a lot of bad habits that I'm working to get rid of and stuff like that. Obviously, one, biting my nails, but in terms of one, I don't know why I feel like I have like something in my throat. But one of my bad habits, in terms of that, like, stunt my growth, and those being that, I've learned I kind of self-sabotage myself when it comes to certain things that I do in my life, certain things that I look forward to doing, especially with film. There are films that I'll shoot but I won't edit because I won't think I'll like them, or there's something I saw that I didn't like and I just think it's going to be bad. I'm like, if I see it and I edit it and I establish that, and I'm going to just look at it and I'm like, oh, I'm not good at my job, but obviously no filmmaker is great when they first start. Spielberg wasn't Spielberg when he was 5 or 13 or 20. When he was 21, he was Spielberg. When he was Spielberg when he was 21. But that's a difference. I'm not 21 yet. And so it's like, I tend to sabotage myself, where it's like, I'm really, really good at planning and organizing. I'm great at that. I can do the sticky notes, I can do the app, I can do the schedules, to-do list, all of that, calendars, you name it. But when it comes to actually sitting down and executing those things, I take too long to do it, to where a point where I either forget about it, or I just don't finish it, or I just don't do it at all, because I'm too afraid to mess up or fail at it, or it come out bad. And I let that kind of hinder me severely, and it's happening so much, and it's happening in a way now it starts to literally affect my school life. It was always affecting my academics, but really affecting my academics, affecting my work life, affecting my school life, and affecting my personal life, because now I can't enjoy doing things. Like, my entire trip when I was in Texas is the reason I took the break from my podcast, and it's the reason I was so grateful to be able to just be there and have 2 weeks to myself and my family. I spent those 2 weeks trying to get caught up on work that I fell behind on and failing at it, and then when I was spending time with my family, feeling guilty that I wasn't catching up on the work that I knew I had to do. And even now, I'm still trying to catch up on work from like a month ago, and I still seem to keep falling behind, and it's like I self-sabotage myself, where it's like I can get myself in a state where I'll be able to do some, and then I'll go get distracted, or like purposely set up a distraction for myself to like take me away from it. And that's like, I think, my biggest all-time goal in 2024 is just to destroy all of that, take away that bad habit, and completely get rid of it, like a form of discipline, and still a form of discipline within myself, where I can genuinely be on top of my game, because that's the only problem that I genuinely have, like, in my life. Well, not my life, but you know what I mean, like, that's affecting me, is the fact that I just fall behind, and I let myself, or I fail, or I don't start because I'm too afraid of what it's going to look like, what it's going to be like, or I get uncomfortable. And I, that's why another one of my, things I wanted to accomplish was just getting myself out of my comfort zone, and being able to put myself in situations where I can grow and be challenged and stuff like that. And make sure that I am on top of my things, and I am doing the right things, and I'm doing the things that I need to be doing for me. And I graduate this year. I have it's almost end of January, so February, March, April. I graduate end of April, beginning of May, so I have about 3 months till I graduate, which is 4 months until I move to Texas. Your girl's about to be a country girl. But it's actually funny. At work, me and my coworkers will all talk in a country accent, and I'll be helping people, and I'll just like start talking to them in a country accent, because who are they going to tell the difference to? And if they ask, I'm like, I'm from Tennessee, and they're like, what part? I'm like, I'm from the Hoover deal of Tennessee. It's in the West, and it's like, that's not an actual place, but do they know that? Unless they happen to be from Tennessee, then I'm gonna look stupid, but that's besides the point. So when I graduate, it's weird, because I see 2 ways of my life going. I see myself where I'm going full-time with my podcast. I'm making money with my podcast. I'm making money freelancing. I'm growing my production company. I'm shooting my own films. I'm working on scripts. I'm creating, more opportunities for myself, doing more freelance jobs, going to more film festivals, doing more networking, and eventually being able to support myself, sustain myself, and start like traveling and building a genuine career in film. And I see another option, and that option usually kicks in whenever someone asks me, what are you doing when you graduate, or what is your plan, or what's this? And I feel like that this one feels like a realistic thing, which is more or less me not thinking that I can make that other thing happen. And it's like I have no idea what I'm doing, and I feel like option 1 is stupid and unrealistic, and I'm like, it's just me being afraid and not knowing what's going to happen. And I don't like that option. I like option 1. Option 1 feels real. If option 1 feels like it's a possibility, like it can happen, if I can make it happen for myself, if I can get out of my own way. And it's like I'm struggling to do the little things that I need to do now without falling behind. How am I going to get to that point later where I'm able to create these things for myself and put myself out there and establish a career for myself. And it's like, that's something I gotta start now. And it's something I've slowly been doing, but it's like, I need to like put the gas on the pedal. Put the pedal on the gas. Push the pedal, put my foot on the gas. Using a pedal. I don't know. It's a term of phrase. You guys know what I mean, though. You know what I mean. Like, speed up my progress. Like, genuinely make progress. And it's like, I feel like I'm constantly trying to, like, adjust and figure out how I can do certain things, or how I can make myself not get distracted as much, or make myself get this task done, and stuff like that. Like, something that has been proven to work is just, like, if I say I'm going to do something, getting it done in the moment that I say it. Because the moment that I say, I'm planning to do this, and then I let myself, like, time away from it, or I forget about it, I'm not going to either get it done, or I'm not going to get it done as fast. Like, making sure that I kind of, like, keep myself seated. And if it's, like, an assignment, just do the assignment and start typing it. Don't stop until I finish. Like, don't give myself a break. Don't, like, nothing like that. Like, make myself finish it the moment I start it. Because, hell, I was trying to clean my apartment today, and I started, like, making my bed, but then I got distracted by the clothes on the floor, so I started taking that to the laundry. I started doing the laundry. Halfway through doing the laundry, I saw a dish on the table, so I went to go start washing dishes. Let's just say none of those tasks got completely completed, and besides me just making my bed. That's it. And that's it. And it took me, like, an hour to do that, because I kept getting distracted by so many different things. And that happens to me so consistently within my life, and it doesn't help when I have, sometimes if I'm not feeling motivated, I won't do it, or I'll make excuses for myself, or if I find something that I feel like it's more interesting for me to do at that time that doesn't require me to use my brain or effort or work, like reading a book or watching TV, which I haven't read in a while, because I'll watch TV and I'll bullshit and I'll do whatever else, but like when it comes to reading, I don't like reading if I'm not on top of my game, because to me reading is a treat. Reading is something I allow myself to do when I am on top of myself, and when I've done my job, when I genuinely have the time to just sit and read. And if I were to like read a book, because reading is my favorite thing to do all the time, and if I were to go and allow myself to read a book, then I'm gonna feel so guilty while reading that book. It's gonna ruin the experience of whatever book I'm reading. So like, there's so many books I want to read. I'm currently wanting to read this book with my sister. She's already started, because we're starting our own little book club, and I can't even do that yet until I finish the shit that I gotta do. It's insane. I want to read it so bad. Like, I'm in the middle of a book about Greek mythology, and I'm in love with the book. I love the book so much. It's so good. But I have not allowed myself to subconsciously touch that book until I get on top of myself, until I'm cleaning these tabs, so I'm finishing these scripts, so I'm doing this and that. And it's like, luckily enough, I do have tomorrow and the day after, where I have the day off to completely just get through these things. And I wish I was the type of person who's able to like do multiple tasks in a day. It's like I'm only able to do one task and a teeny tiny task after that. But I have hope for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a better day, you know. And that's one thing. I try to be a bit more optimistic, where I'm like, I don't have to hate myself every day. I don't have to be like, oh, I messed up today, I can't fix it. Like, every day is a new day for a fresh start, and that's what I want. Like, this whole year is a fresh start. It's a whole year of possibilities, because I'm literally going to a new place where I can set up a new foundation, where I can experience new things, I can meet new people, I can make new friends, that's the terrifying part. I'm gonna miss my peoples when I'm like, I love my peoples here, but you know, I'll be around a lot of my family, and I'll be able to kind of challenge myself in a way where it's like, well, I'm not in school no more. I'm not forced to be around people where I end up meeting them and I become friends with them, or work. You know, that's my best friends I got from school and work. And we all just hang out after and do other stuff together, and we got close, but it's because we were put in that environment together where we were around each other 8 hours a day, like 4 to 5 days a week. And so now I have to like actually go out and make friends in Texas. And so I'm lucky enough, I do have a couple of friends who, because I go to international school, and they actually do live in Texas and Houston, so like I'll be able to see them, but at the same time I'm a year older than them, and so I'll be in Texas and they'll still be in school here in Florida. And so that whole thing is like, you know, but it's kind of exciting because I'm moving to new places, which means I'm building a new foundation for myself. But I want to start grabbing the materials to build that new foundation for myself when I get there, or maybe even start building the foundation now, where I go to Texas, I can just place that bitch down and tie in her roots and genuinely start building towards my life. And I want to keep looking at the good possibilities in my life. And when someone asks, I want to say, oh well, yeah, I'm starting my freelance, officially starting my freelance career, officially starting my production company. I am doing this and that. Like, I don't want to say, oh, I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I'm not saying that anymore. I'm gonna I think I need to work on just looking towards the good and stop always looking towards the bad, and stop allowing myself to ruin myself or sabotage myself or put myself down. Like, genuinely just like, well, this is what's going to happen, this is what I'm going to make happen. I feel like if I keep saying it enough, something inside will be like, all right, let's get this stuff done and let's make it happen, you know. And it's weird, like, I don't know, is it like that for the rest of you guys, where you like, you feel like you're constantly self-sabotaging yourself, or you just allow yourself to fail because you're either too afraid to try, or you're too lazy to try, or you're not just willing to put in the extra work, or you get distracted, maybe you have ADHD, or you're suffering from mental illness. Like, is anyone else going through something like that? Like, please DM me, let me know, because I can't be the only one. Leave it in the comments, like, just let me know, because this has to be, like, come on, we all have to be going through this. It's insane, right? And it's like, I don't want to be, I've met so many people like this. I don't want to be the person who graduates with their bachelor's degree and doesn't use it. Like, I paid a lot of damn money for this school. I'm using my damn degree. I know people who could have a great career in things, and who had those opportunities, or who have had those years of education and experience, but they chose to settle for less because they didn't want to put in the time or the energy or the effort, you know. And it's like, I don't want to look back on my life and regret anything. And I have regrets now, and I'm like, I'm 20 years old. I don't need to have any regrets. I want to be able to look at myself and say, I forgive myself for those things. I want to do better. And all my regrets stem from me self-sabotaging myself. And it's like, I got to also remember, I have come very far. From where I used to be, I've come very far. But I know I can be better. I know I can do greater things. And so it's like, now it's like, one of my favorite sayings is from Jim Carrey, I believe, if I'm correct. Yeah. And he was saying, he would basically say that 10 years, that's a lie. It's either from Jim Carrey or Matthew McConaughey. I gotta fact check those two. But they're basically saying, I think it's Matthew McConaughey. I don't know. But 10 years from now, they'll be their own hero. Like, their hero is themselves 10 years from now. And that's kind of how I want to be like with me. But like, my hero is me a year from now. And then it just keeps being like, my hero is me a year from now. And I'll keep being my own hero, because I want to be my own hero, not my enemy. And as of right now, I'm my own freaking enemy. And I'm like, I don't want that anymore. I love myself too much, and I see so much potential in myself. Like, it's insane. It's like, it's one thing if I didn't see any potential. It's one thing if I didn't see that I could accomplish anything. I didn't see where I could go with anything. Like, I see the potential. Like, I see what I can do with my life and with myself. That's the difference, you know? And it's like, if you guys see the potential in yourself, or even the shred of like, I want something more for myself, make it happen. You know, like, that's what this community is here for. That's what I'm building community for. So we can experience things together. So we can like teach about the things we've experienced, give advice, give tips in the comments, guys. Like, leave stuff. Like, tell me about your experience. DM me. Let me know. I'm curious to hear it. And it's like, I don't know. I'm just excited for the new year, and I'm working on not being a Debbie Downer, or not being positive, or just allowing myself to be sabotaged by myself. Like, that's insane. Sabotaging yourself, like, come on, 21st century, why are we still doing that, you know? But yeah, so I really need a drink of goddamn water. That's another thing, drinking more water. I know I was like making jokes about that in the beginning, how my goal used to be like drinking more water, but like, genuinely, I'm actually concerned for my health, because like, I went like a month without maybe having like a couple of glasses of water within the entire month. Like, I have sips every once in a while, but like, I don't drink water at all. And I gotta stop that, because I literally live off of apple juice and orange juice. That's all I drink. Well, I mean, they're good. They have their vitamins and stuff like that, but like, they also like a lot of sugar. And like, water is good, you know, good for your health, good for your livers. I mean, I don't drink, so my livers aren't bad. I think, I don't know. I'm gonna go to a doctor. I officially have health insurance now. Well, not officially. Maybe like in a couple weeks it'll like go through or whatever. It takes some time. But then the first thing I'm gonna do, go to a doctor. Woohoo! Get my everything checked. Blood work done. Woohoo! Adult things. You see that? Adult things. Hi, Tay. Just because you're frozen doesn't mean I can still not see you. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming on and listening to my little spiel about 2024 and my fears for it. Damn. It's 2024. That's crazy. The year's going by too fast. I remember when I was I was never a freshman in college. But when I was a freshman in college, I was also a senior in high school at the time. But I remember my first day of university. I remember how afraid I was. I remember the unsureness. I remember all that. I also remember me being a completely different person than I am now. I'm a lot stronger. I'm a lot smarter. I was never, honestly, I don't think I was ever super naive, because like life just didn't allow me to be that. But like I was, I didn't know then what I know now. And I'm a lot more positive now. And more stable now. I'm more capable now. And you guys are all too. So guys, thank you again for listening to my podcast. Remember, my Patreon drops next week on the 24th, which is a Wednesday. I'm super excited. I've already have some awesome stuff shot for you guys, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it. We are getting a bit personal in some episodes. I'm not gonna lie. I expose some things about myself that I don't even tell other people. So make sure you guys subscribe. It's only $3 a month, and make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and comment. Leave me your stories. Tell me about different things. Talk to each other. We're building a community, yeah? Make sure you guys check out all my other episodes, which is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And we'll be dropping every single Monday and Wednesdays for Patreon, as well as Fridays for Patreon. I love you guys, and I thank you. And have a good year. Bye. That was really cheesy. And have a good year. Bye. Let me stop.